Hi, cutie pies. I am Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps, the Bold and the Beautiful edition. Today is Wednesday, October the 11th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, honestly, I said, wait a minute, is Bold and the Beautiful trying to get good? I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a for because I didn't do a review for yesterday, so I watched yesterday and today, so I'm gonna give them an 8. Okay, let's get into it, y'all. First of all, who do we want to go to first? Y'all, I said bold. Wait a minute. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, let's get into Finn telling Hope, listen, you need to go talk to your daddy. Because she's like, Finn, what's going on? Like, clearly you have something to tell me because the way you acting, like, you got to tell me something. What is it? And he was like, you don't know? And she was like, no, what? What is it, Finn? And he said, Hope, go see your dad. And she was like, go see my dad. Why? And he said, you just need to go see him. So she was like, okay. It's like, you acting like a mystery or whatever, but I'm going to go over here. So she leaves to go over there, right? Now we're going to stay on Finn because Finn is just at Forest of Creation. I said, sir, what are you doing? Hope is gone. Go home. But they had to keep him there because Lee shows up. And he like, Mom, what you doing here? And I said, neither one of y'all supposed to be here. We should like bold. Listen, y'all are getting better with the writing, but sometimes y'all don't make things make sense. Like they could have met in the parking lot. Finn had to leave because Hope was no longer there. So what's he just doing? Hanging out in Eric wants that office, and you got Finn hanging out in it. And so I was just like, oh, okay, Bob, I'm gonna rock with you on this, even though it didn't make sense. So, anyways, Lee shows up and she said she was wanting to talk to Ridge about Steffi and all them to see if she could try to convince him to tell Steffi to come on home or whatever. And so, she said that's why she was there. And he said, oh, okay. So they just talk a little bit or whatever. But I'm not gonna hold you long on them because it wasn't much. Now, what we are going to do is go over here to RJ. So Eric comes in and he said, "I see you got Eric." Carter comes in and he tells RJ, "I see you got expensive taste like your granddad. Y'all really need this lace?" And he said, "Yeah." So they just had to show Carter a little bit. Sometimes, and listen, I'ma just say it. Sometimes I feel like the Bold and the Beautiful, just like we got to put a black person in here or a person of a different uh race in here, ethnicity in here for a quick minute. Okay, we got them. And so anyways, they just threw Carter in there. I mean, that's how it feels because every now and then you will get a burst of Zende, you'll get a little bit of Paris. Now with Luna and Lee there, it looks like they're gonna have major storylines. I'm just saying. But he comes in and then he leaves because I'm not gonna hold you long. That's pretty much all he wanted to talk about. So Luna and RJ continue to talk, and he just tells her, "Thank you so much for keeping this secret about my granddad, and just for me being a shoulder to lean on." Now he does tell her he wants to know more about her, but she doesn't want. No, she doesn't want to tell him anymore. Anymore about her because she could get in trouble. So she sidestepped any question that he has about her, and then he has to leave, right? Because they're having a problem on the docks and he needs to go check it. So he goes and check it, and she gets another phone call from her mom telling her that you don't need to be at Force to Creation, what is going to happen if your Aunt Lee finds out, and all this kind of stuff. And I said, well, who is she to Lee? And so she gets off the phone with her mom because she's upset because her mom keeps telling her, you need to quit, you need to quit. And so RJ comes back in. He sees she's upset again. I said, this is the same storyline we saw the other day, but okay, I'm going to go with it. And he's like, what is going on? What's wrong? And she says, nothing's wrong, nothing. Everything is fine. And so they talk a little bit more about just liking each other, y'all. That's really much. She appreciates his talent and what he's doing for his granddad. He appreciates her being so positive and being a shoulder he can lean on. And then he gets another text message or call or beep alert, and he has to leave out again. Sister, they don't want to hear all that. So he gets another notification that he has to leave. So he leaves out again. And this time, I don't know why Lee was coming into the design room. But Lee comes into the design room and she asks Luna, what are you doing here, Luna? And Luna is like, Aunt Lee? And she says, what are you doing here? So now I say, okay, we finna get to the bottom of this. And so what we find out, y'all, is that apparently Luna's mom is the younger sister of Lee. And she was, she enjoyed her life. And Lee got her hired at the hospital, and she had an affair with a married man and got pregnant. I guess by that's who is Luna's dad, y'all. Who could it be? But anyway, she got pregnant. And when she got pregnant, Lee was humiliated because she got her the job. And so Lee disowned her sister. That's what I heard. That's not what she said. But that's what I heard, that she did pretty much disowned her sister because she was so ashamed of her and everything. And so she doesn't want them anywhere near the Forsters or anyone, that Steffi is related to, or Finn. It's like, okay. And so she tells her, I don't want you near all of them. I don't want anything. And like Luna is telling her, my mom loves you. She said, told her long ago that she had no part in my life, and I'm done with her. I said, damn, Lee, I was liking you, but in this scene right here, I don't really like you too much. Like, that's harsh or whatever. Like, so you didn't stand beside your sister, and she was talking bad about Luna's mama. I said, now Luna, you better than me, because I've been like, now listen, there's not gonna be too much talk about my mama like this. You can't keep talking about her like this. But she kept it going and stuff, and Luna was just like, Aunt Lee, please let me stay. I said, what? Girl, how old are you? You're old enough to say, ma'am, you might have ran my mama's life, but you're not about to run mine. But I feel like there is a deeper secret going on. I'm not saying that Luna, why is Lee this upset? There's either the man had to be related to the Forsters some kind of way, that there was doctor that she cheated with or whatever. He was a Forster. Y'all be knowing the soap longer than I did. Was there a Forster that was a doctor that could probably be Luna's dad? Tell me, because it's got to be something. Like, what is going on? At first I said, is Lee Luna's mama? I said, nah, Nikki, that don't make sense. Why would she be her mama? That means she would have, because the girl is younger than Finn or whatever. So that doesn't make any sense. I don't want you to have this peanut butter like this. I'm not wiping up peanut butter all day. So that doesn't even make sense. So what could it possibly be? I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments. But Lee put her foot down. She said, listen, what you about to do is sign this, write your resignation, and then you going to end today. I said, you want her to write the resignation and then quit today? No 2 weeks notice. She said, no 2 weeks notice. Get out of here. Now I don't know what kind of game you and your mama trying to play. And Luna trying to tell her, my mama don't have anything to do with this. She has nothing to do with this. She didn't know I was coming here. She said, but I've enjoyed it here, Aunt Lee. Please let me stay. Like, I'm getting to work with Mr. Forster. RJ's really cool. I got to know him. She said, you mean you stalking him? I said, what's going on? Well, I guess we're gonna figure this out, because the next thing we know, RJ had went over here and he was talking to Finn or whatever. And Finn had told him, he was like, what you doing here? I said the same thing, RJ. Why are you here still in the building? And Finn said, oh yeah, I was talking to Hope. He said, I got to talk to her and everything. And he says, so what's up with you, RJ? You seeing anybody? You're a handsome dude and all that. And RJ said, well, there is a woman. I said, say her name so Finn could know. But he didn't say her name. He just said he really liked her or whatever. Now, after RJ gets done talking to Finn, he goes back over to the design room, and Lee has left with her mean self. She's left now, and so that just leaves Luna there. And once again, he comes into the office. This is the third time in the last like few hours that he's come to the office, and she all upset. But this time it's different, because he sees that she's written a resignation letter, and he was like, "What's going on? Why you trying to quit? Like, I thought you liked it here." And she was like, "I really enjoy working with you, RJ, and yada yada yada. But I have to go. There's nothing I can do. I have to go." And he says, "No, I'm not gonna let you go." And then I want to say they started kissing, but I don't know if that was just that's just how I felt in my mind. But I want to say they started kissing. He's like, "I'm not gonna let you go." I said, "Well, y'all figure this out and hit me up when you do, because I don't know what's going on here. I'm just trying to figure out why Lee doesn't want her down there so bad at Forrester Creations. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. Let's move on." Because you remember Finn had told Hope to go over there and see her daddy. So she go over there and she see Deacon. And Sheila trying to run. And Deacon said, "No, girl, stay right here. You're going to stay right here, because Hope going to have to learn that we're together? And she was like, Deacon, I don't know. And he was like, no, I love you. It's gonna be okay. So she stays right there with him and everything. And then the next thing we know, the next thing we know, he lets Hope in, and he telling her, she's like, what's going on? Why you didn't let me in? I'm sorry I didn't come over unannounced, but Finn was like suggesting I come over here. And he was like, oh, you talked to Finn? And she was like, yes. And he says, well, I want to tell you I'm in a relationship and I'm in love and all that. And she was like, okay, Dad, who is it? He was like, and I need you to be understanding and all. It was the way he was saying it. She was like, Dad, who you in a relationship with? And so then he said you could come out, and Sheila come out, and Hope said, oh no. Hope said, I know you lying. I know you're lying. And he said, no, Hope, I'm not. I'm in a relationship with Sheila. And she started crying. Daddy, no. How could you do this? How could you be in a relationship with her? Like Hope got all upset. I said, girl, what are we doing? Why are you this upset? This is how your mom and them felt when they found out you was messing with Thomas. Why are you this upset? Like you should understand where he's coming from, where people don't want you to be in a relationship and you want to be in it. That's how your relationship with Thomas is. But she don't really want Thomas like that. Baby, that's gonna be a whole mess. But let me keep going. So she's just like, Dad, no, why how could you do this? Like Sheila, she's a monster, Dad. He said, no, she's not. No, she's not. No, she's not. She can change. I believe people can change. I changed. She said, Dad, don't compare yourself to Sheila. You put in the hard work and you changed for real. Like you really did make strides to be better. She said Sheila has not. He said you don't know that, Hope. You like Sheila has changed, and I love her. Excuse me, y'all. I had to go outside today, and it's a rainy day in Texas today, and the pollen and everything is just falling. So I'm sorry about that. But it was like she has changed, and I love her, and I need you to be understanding. And Sheila trying to talk to Hope. And she tells her, I've been wanting somebody to love me for me, and I finally found that in your dad, and I just want us all to be a family. I want Finn to be understanding. She said, this is why Finn wanted me to come over here, because he knew what y'all was over here doing or whatever. And Hope is just like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I don't want you with my dad. Daddy, I can't even believe you want to be with this monster. She's a monster, Dad. And he says, don't say that, Hope. I love her. And so Hope is just disgusted. She is just disgusted by all this because she don't want her daddy with this woman. Now, I like Sheila. That's she's my favorite character on this show. But I'm not blind to the stuff that she's done. And I could understand why Hope wouldn't want him with Sheila. But Hope, you need to understand why people didn't want you with Thomas, but you still wanted to be with Thomas and you called it beautiful. I'm just saying, what's the difference? What's the difference? They both off somebody. I think they both done some things that, but they both want to be changed. So I said, well, let's see if Sheila will change this time. Well, I don't know, child. But anyways, Hope is she's upset about it, and she just tells Deacon, like, you've changed your life. You have a successful business. You have me. You weren't there in my life, but as an adult, you've been there, and you have a grandchild. You're gonna give all of that up for Sheila. He said, I love you more than anything. He said, and I don't want to give you up. And he's still gonna love her, and he's still gonna be there for her, but you're not gonna dictate his love life. That's what I heard. You're not about to dictate my love life. I don't dictate yours. So yeah, that is what it is. And so the next thing we know, we see Hope is gone, and Sheila tells him, he says that went worse than he thought. He knew it was going to be hard on her, but Sheila just tells him, no, actually it went better because Hope, she listened. She didn't just leave. She didn't just walk out. She actually listened to what you had to say. And Sheila, like, I think our family can come together. My um son, your daughter, I think they can accept our relationship, and this will bring us closer together. I said, girl, you have no idea what you talking about. So then that's the end of them, y'all. So then we go over here, and did y'all see Hope just walk right on in to Finn's house? She didn't knock. She didn't do any of that. She walked right on in. I said, ooh. And so when she walked in, um, now that's one thing Brooke did tell her. Brooke said, girl, I'm glad Finn, was talking to you and helping you out, and telling you about Thomas. She said, but that's Steffi, man. And Hope is like, she don't want him like that. I said, child, you don't want him like that right now. But we gonna see. But anyways, so she walked right on in the house and she was like, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. He said, oh, you saw your mom. Excuse me, you saw your dad with my mom. And she said, I cannot believe this, Finn. Our parents are together. Oh my gosh. And I said, Hope and Finn ain't never had scenes together. They never been on each other's radar, and now all of a sudden they are. Y'all was telling me in the thing, y'all was like, Nikki, Lanikia, they about to put these together. And I was like, I don't know. That'd be a mess. And y'all was like, no, no, no. They're getting these two together. Baby, I believe y'all now because the writing is on the wall. And if they don't get together, that is a wasted storyline. I want to see it. I just want to see the blow up. And I know some of y'all are like, we don't want to see another triangle. But see, Steffi, you shouldn't have ran yourself to Europe. You should have stayed there and fought for your husband and told Sheila to leave him alone. But I don't know. I mean, I can understand her being scared of Sheila, but still, if Hope get with Finn, that'll be a whole mess. But I'm here for it as long as they make it good and don't have the same dialogue over and over again. You know what I mean? Anyways, y'all, I know this was a long review, but I actually enjoyed these episodes. So when y'all give me good episodes, bold, I can do a better review, or at least I could try. Anyways, that's all I have for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps, the Bold and the Beautiful edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.